Man, the month of April has come and gone, but it's time to take a look at all the books I got. What's up, guys? BJ Kicks here. I buy comics, I read them, and I review them, all for your viewing pleasure. If you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back. On this channel, I talk about comics. Subscribe if you're into that type of thing. Now, this is my April Omnibus and graphic novel haul, and I'm really excited about it. I try to get these videos out on the first day of the month. I have a routine, and I like sticking to my routine, but I've been a bit under the weather. Basically had to take a week off from the channel. So we're getting the video right now. Now, of course, I always have to give a huge shout out on each of these haul videos because our channel sponsor, Organic Price Books, is where I get most of these books. So huge shout out to Organic Price Books. Thank you so much to JP for sponsoring the channel. If you're looking for somewhere to buy graphic novels, collected editions, whether you're trying to pre-order stuff that you already know is coming out, whether you're trying to order something that's probably already in stock because it came out a few weeks ago, or you're trying to get something that is back ordered, right? Like they still got it at the distributor level, but a lot of the stores you know about don't have it in stock necessarily. You can place special orders. You can do all of that at Organic Price Books. They got some of the best prices, the best customer service, and the best packaging and shipping around. So if you place an order through Organic Price Books, you can use my coupon code BJKicks. If you're buying like 1 or 2 books, use coupon code BJKicks. It will save you $2. If you're purchasing 3 or more books, which I love to do to maximize the savings, then use coupon code BJKicks, ship it together. That way you'll save 5% on your entire order, and they'll all ship in one convenient package. So you're not waiting around for a UPS like 18 days in a row. Just get the one big package. It's going to be a heavy one, and it's not going to ship until the last book is ready. So just know that. But you save 5%, which around type of orders I do, it's usually about $15 in savings. That's huge. So anyway, thanks to Organic Price Books for sponsoring the video. Now, I bought a decent amount of books in the month of April. There's some of these books that I actually bought in March, but they didn't arrive until April. But the rule is whatever comes in the house in a certain month is what goes in the haul video. So let's get started with a book that you probably knew I was getting, but I don't know. I had this one before. This is the Gotham Central Omnibus. This is the 2022 reprint. Got the nice new DC Comics logo, which is pretty much the only difference between this printing and the last one. I had a copy of the first printing of this book, and I sold it. I sold it not long ago, actually, because I was thinking, well, maybe they're going to upgrade the hardcovers and do like a nice little artboard or something. They didn't. This is pretty much exactly the same as the older printing. So if you got the older printing, don't feel like you missed out. Well, actually, there is a slight difference. So according to it was Ed Brubaker. Ed Brubaker says that there are actually some spots where the art was touched up, where there was snow missing from the previous collected editions of this, and they actually put it back. So there is a slight difference between this, and now that I remember, I'm actually glad I upgraded. So Gotham Central Omnibus, the 2022 reprint. If you haven't read that story, it's really good. I read the first trade paperback, and it got me hooked. So I'm excited to read this like way sooner than later. Next up from DC Comics is this is Superman Batman the Omnibus Volume 2. You guys know I bought Volume 1 like almost a year ago, if not longer than a year ago. Yeah, definitely longer than a year ago. But I got Volume 1, and I really got it for the Ed McGuinness artwork. But this one, it's Volume 2. The art is completely different. The writing team is completely different. Chances are the story is, very different. May not be as good, maybe better, maybe more disjointed, but the spine matches up so well with Volume 1. It was like, why not buy Volume 2? So, Superman Batman. I love Superman Batman in general because the stories, they are in continuity to some extent. Like, right, when they bring back Supergirl, that's an in continuity thing. But you don't have to like rely on like decades of knowledge of the characters to read a Superman Batman story. It's just good, fun team ups. And they usually have really great art. So That's why I like the Superman Batman series. So those are the two omnis that I got from DC Comics. Gotham Central and Superman Batman. Now, we got one indie book this time around this month, and that is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the IDW Collection, Volume 3. I grabbed this off Amazon. I had a gift card and I needed the book. So you guys know I got most of the IDW hardcover volumes from Organic Price Books on Whatnot in a one really great deal for about $20 a volume, which is an excellent price. But I got some holes I had to fill in the collection. So I still needed volumes 2 through 6, if I'm not mistaken. Now, the only one I need is volume 4. This is volume 3. And the only one I'm missing is volume 4. And then I will have a full run right before volume 14 comes out next month. Yeah, so Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the IDW Collection, volume 3. Let's sip some water. My voice sounds crazy. Wow, I sound like a human again. Now, next up is, let's start. This is Marvel. The rest of these books are Marvel books. But this is Venom by Donny Cates, the oversized hardcover, volume 3. I was debating whether or not I was going to get this book because they've already announced an omnibus of Donny Cates' entire Venom run. And unlike these oversized hardcovers, the omnibus is going to include the entire Venom run, issues 1 through 35, if I'm not mistaken, and the King in Black 1 through 5 miniseries, and the Absolute Carnage 1 through 5 miniseries. So I was like, do I need this hardcover? And I was like, you know what? I'll go ahead and grab it since I had it pre-ordered anyway. Go ahead and grab it, and I'll just sell the hardcover set to someone or maybe give it away. You never know. You never know. Stuff's got to leave my house somehow, though. So Venom by Donny Cates Volume 3. This contains the whole King in Black tie-in storyline. Honestly, man, you can't really read a lot of this without King in Black. And that's why I'm not a big fan of these oversized hardcovers, because they've got these events that are central to the storyline. So if you're going to grab these, make sure you grab a trade paperback of Absolute Carnage and a trade paperback of King in Black, or read it on Marvel Unlimited so that you don't lose any story. But Venom by Donny Cates, this is definitely some of the most fun I've had in comics, but definitely with Venom. Venom's got a new creative team now, and it's definitely not as exciting as this. So this is a great story. Great stuff. And we're going to round it out with a bunch of X-Men books. So you guys saw this toward the beginning of the month. This is the XMen Omnibus Volume 2. This is the Silver Age X-Men. So you got art in here by Neil Adams, and they wrote nothing about the artist on the back of this book. So I couldn't tell you, actually. Let's see. Roy Thomas, something Drake, Don Heck, something Roth. That's all I can tell you, because that's all the names that are on the side. I guess I could just unseal this and maybe do an overview or something. But X-Men Volume 2, basically, I'm trying to collect every X-Men omnibus ever. Is there a need to do that? Not really, but it was a goal I had when I started collecting, and it's a goal that I'm keeping. So I got Volume 1, got Volume 2, got Uncanny 1 through 4. So essentially I've got the first 20 years of X-Men, all in chronological order on a shelf over there. That's pretty cool. But anyway, X-Men Volume 2. Love this cover. This is the direct market variant by George Tuska, if I'm not mistaken. So going all the way back from the Silver Age to something a little bit more current, this is the X-Men by Jonathan Hickman Omnibus. I would say Volume 1, but there's only going to be one volume. This collects the entire Hickman run of X-Men. So X-Men issues 1 through 21. This is actually the first full omnibus that I've purchased where I already had read all the single issues before the omnibus came in. So that's really cool. But X-Men, this is the standard cover, by the way. Love this cover. X-Men by Jonathan Hickman collects X-Men 1 through 12 and 16 through 21. So they skipped the Ten of Swords event No worries, I got an extra hardcover of that. Giant Size X-Men, Jean Grey and Emma Frost, Nightcrawler, Magneto, Phantom X, and Storm. All one-shots. So, it's written by Jonathan Hickman, art by Lionel Francis Yu, R.B. Silver, Matei Bufagni, Mahmoud Asrar, Phil Noto, Brett Booth, Francisco Mobili, and there's a whole lot of other people listed in here. But anyway, I had a cover price of $75, and I grabbed it from Organic Price Books at a nice little discount. I'm excited about this book. And yes, my Hickman X-Men review is still coming. So you'll get an overview of this book and my thoughts on Jonathan Hickman's entire run of X-Men, including Inferno. This is the last book of the haul. This is the Inferno oversized hardcover collecting Inferno issues 1 through 4. Inferno was the miniseries that Jonathan Hickman wrote to basically cap his time on X-Men. TLDR, Hickman wasn't supposed to leave X-Men this early. He ended up leaving early. He wrote this to tie up some storylines that, wouldn't have otherwise been finished. This is really good. This is really good. This is probably the most excited I've been about Hickman writing X-Men since House of X and Powers of 10. So definitely worth it. I don't get why. It's only 4 issues. I don't get why they just didn't put this in the Hickman Omnibus. They came out within like 3 weeks of each other. I don't know if they just didn't want to raise the price of this. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. This should have just been 1 book, but whatever. I guess if you included this, then you would have had to include Hoxpox, and that would have just been too much. I don't know. Marvel does monster-size omnibus all the time, though, so I should stop ranting. It seemed like, I feel like this should have been 1 book, but whatever. This is the Mark Brooks direct market variant, which is the way to go. Love how the art continues onto the spine and to the back. But Mark Brooks is like one of my favorite cover artists, and I just love the spread he did for Inferno. Reminds me of the spread he did for House of X and Powers of 10. So definitely grab that. So that's the haul. All of these books, with the exception of Ninja Turtles, I grabbed from Organic Price Books, and you can too. Use coupon code BJKicks at checkout or BJKicks ship it together to save 5% on orders of 3 or more books. I guess I will give you the obligatory headshot. I'm drowning under the weight of these books. What started as a modest haul ended up being not so much. This is what we got for the month of April. The month of May should be a little lighter. I don't know. We're going to start seeing unboxings next week, and I don't know. I can't make any promises, but that's going to do it for this video. I hope you saw something you liked, and if not, hey, that's cool. You can always buy what you like. Just make sure you read what you buy. And be nice to others, because kindness makes the world go round. Peace.